And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Make HOAG Money, the early session. This is me. I've been around the block a couple of times. If you've done it in futures, if you can do it in futures, I've probably done it. CFTC disclaimer. What we are doing here is for educational purposes only. This is a live account. We're not suggesting the purchase or sale of any particular product or anything we do here. This is for educational purposes only. Remember, futures contain substantial risk. You should only use risk capital, which to me is money you can afford to lose. And don't forget, you can lose all or more than your initial investment, as these are leveraged products. You guys are coming with the trade ideas for me. Let's get started here. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. The rules, kindness and respect are expected above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. 5 people, or are going to have a couple of people and able to talk, but we're all going to be involved in the decision. You're going to be able to vote if you're in the Zoom meeting. Unfortunately, not on the YouTube side, but we will be watching the chats. So feel free to chat and talk about the trades or come up with trades. We're going to be using the chat rooms to discuss those trades, focusing on the MES for opportunities for now. We're not going to trade just to trade. We're not going to take losing trades, which, as everybody knows, is a joke. We know they're going to be losses in trading. We just have to cut those losses and move on, look for the next opportunity, and feedback on Make HOAG Money is always appreciated. We are going to be changing the times and some of the format for Make HOAG Money soon. I was hoping to do it here in March. Looks like it's probably going to be around the 1st of April, April Fools. So we'll have to see when we're able to accomplish what we need to accomplish to do that. So let's jump into the charts here. Here is the chart, ES. I don't think I have the overnights on here. This platform's been giving me a hard time lately. Here's the profile here's the volume profile from yesterday. With the VWAP. It looks like we're going to be opening out of yesterday's range. Looking at the profile, we've got a little excess low, a weak high. We open above that weak high. There may be some opportunities to the upside for us. Don't know what you guys are thinking about that. So we'll see what happens. Do we want to think about the opening range trade? I'm just going to put the vote out there. If we're not doing it, we're not doing it. If we open with a gap, do we take the opening range trade? What do we do with that? All right. I've got, let's see who wants to chat. I've got Randolph is in the room. Randolph. Anybody else wants to chat? Let me know. We've got my brother Rick Randolph Duke Hoagland jumping in here, and we'll see what we're looking at. We got 54% of those watching on Zoom have participated in the poll, and 59 now. Hey,
good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I messed up my chat.
Uh-oh.
I called you Randall.
Uh-oh. Ben's going to come join us. In YouTube, let me know if you can hear everybody okay. You messed up your chat. What are you talking about? Here's the poll sharing the results. 71% like the idea of the opening range trade. Is that no matter what, or only if we open with a gap? Joe, there's the link for the Zoom. What's up, Ben?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I didn't see that news coming at 8:30, and I should have earlier, and I got whacked.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't have the number of stops, and I had the number of trades on. Anyway, I flattened and got out. It wasn't a major disaster, but it shouldn't have happened.
Well, it happens. Now we just move on and look for the next opportunity, right?
Yeah, well, no, I'm get back on board. I do have something I want to maybe share. So we at that 7:30 news. I'm going to try to talk in Central Time, even though I'm in Eastern. The 7:30 news. We've had a change in the market. Right.
Right.
Totally came out of everything that happened overnight's done, pretty much. And we came out of that range of yesterday, but we're back in it now. But there's been a change, and the further we get back into yesterday's range, the less this change matters. What I'm trying to say. So I think what we need to watch is this change going to last? We've got. If you look at the volume in the overnight, you've got two clear distributions, if not three. Hang on. Well, you've got one big long one, let's say, and then you have this one up here above the high and kind of around the high. And I think that needs to kind of hold, or maybe we're going to look for a trade to the other side of yesterday's range.
So this area here you're talking about needs to hold?
Let me make it bigger here. Yeah, just up here on the high of yesterday, maybe in this divot, like it needs to not get back below where the volume pops back out around 39.98, starts to be built up again.
Down here.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of value high from
I was
yesterday.
looking at your bar chart on the left there.
Uh-huh.
See where it's like just greenish, the volume's right at the prior day's value area high right there.
Uh-huh.
Right around there. We may trade within that little divot between 4,004 and 39.98 there. But I think anything below that, I think that's the best play would be to the short side. And forget all about what happened.
Yeah. What happened earlier, right?
Yeah. Because it's struggling.
Yeah, I think it's got to hold up here and retest it and hold it and retest it.
It seems to have a lot of sellers stepping in up here.
Yeah.
And I will say at one price, though, at 04 quarter, there were some, I don't know, icebergs or people really buying it. Then it finally broke. I don't know that that's relevant now, but that's an interesting level. In fact, I don't know if the volume point of control in the overnight would pop up there, but it's a contender.
It's right here. 39.80, 8.75. Okay, we're in the opening range now.
Okay.
Yeah, here come the sellers.
We got $3 opening range so far.
So we got that 4,000 level still
Yep.
relevant.
Andy bleed. Ding, 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 ding. The opening bell.
And he rang the bell.
Yep. So they're right into this low volume node that we were talking about from the overnight. 20 seconds left.
So if it holds above 4,004 quarter, that level, and starts to move up to make a poor high, got a pivot point like 2 ticks above the overnight high as well at 8.5. I'd wanted to see it do its business above that and then come back in and maybe look for a short.
Okay, well, we've got a long to get long, a stop to get long above the opening range, and a stop
Oh,
to get
okay.
short below the opening range. Whichever one it gets first. Let's see what happens.
Okay, it hit that four quarter volume node I was talking about, where there was like an iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
Bounced off that.
Right there. Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
turn off your TV, will you?
Oh,
All right, now we're out. Well, that was quick. Now we're starting to think short now, right?
Yeah, I'd maybe go short up here. The VPOC, the open, the prior high day, and risk just above that volume node at 4 quarter. That's my plan. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try half back here if I can get in on one, and then maybe average in.
That's where I've got the short now. Half back.
I may not get it because that's going to require a move back above 4,000. No, it's choppy enough. Okay, I got filled.
We're filled. Well, Michael is asking, there's really no trade yet as we have almost no market generated information, right? Wouldn't patience be in order? Most of the time, patience is usually, very important, right? But we are using MGI based off of the week high from yesterday. Some of the volume nodes, high volume nodes, low volume nodes that we're seeing from the overnight session. But yeah, patience certainly pays.
I got stopped out.
Yep. So we got our poor high from yesterday. Looking to continue the upside auction. Randolph, you're very quiet this morning.
yeah, I'm just watching and waiting.
Yeah.
I'm that bear, so.
So it bounced right off that pivots for the R1 for the moment, but there's at 4,011 there's a H swing high from the other day, H period.
Right here.
Maybe going there.
We could certainly see points of control. There's your H period high.
What was the low of the opening range? 06?
No, 4,000 on the nose was the low of the opening range.
4,000 even, huh?
Yep.
Excuse me.
If it can't hold that, I think it's going to head south.
So you're not playing until we get down below that and show acceptance?
Yeah, I think it needs if it's going to go up, it needs to test that. I'd like to see it bounce once or twice, and if it starts heading up again, may look to jump on board. But if it fails to hold, that's lots of room on the downside, as you can see. And again, it's not an exact science, it's a range.
Well, of course.
I shorted one when it came back in at 08, but I have another one on at 10 in case it gets up there. Because I see reasons on the contract volume where there's a low volume note above it, it may reverse. And I have a chance to get out or get profit.
Well, it's bad news this morning made everybody cheery, didn't it?
Yeah, Paul wouldn't commit yesterday. He kept saying, I'm going to see what the numbers in the next week or two come out before he would commit to if they show weakness, they may not do anything. Or a quarter point. Canada held fast. I saw that. They did not ever.
It stayed at 4.5.
Yeah, it hurt the Canadian dollar. I saw that, but.
So you're kind of going through the chat here now. Joe, we got Joe in here. Held above value area high now. Back above the regular trading hour range. Orion agrees with you, Rick. Darren short from 8. JT got missed by 2 ticks. Big liquidity at 10. And there it is.
Yeah.
I filled on a second. Let's see if I get a shot here.
You're short?
Yeah, I was short when I came back in the overnight high on one lot, but then I had one at 10 just in case I got a pop up there. And I had a reason to believe it might reverse from there because of low volume.
Well, we joined you.
All right. I was probably too aggressive on my target initially because I had a good four points into it, but then it bounced before it got down to. I was at that 4-quarter high volume for the target, but it didn't 5-quarter.
Yeah, we do have Fed member Barr speaking at 9. Caesar's been doing a journal on the opening range trade, found that often Waiting for 15 minutes gives more clarity on the trade. Yeah, the opening range trade's been a nightmare for a while. Too many people looking.
Yeah, wait till the dust settles sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got entry points already in your mind or already set up technically. You gotta just patience, like you guys said. I know it's hard for John, but
well,
you're like that girl on Candy, whatever. I want it now.
I want it now,
Daddy.
You know, I'm much more patient in my own trading than I am here, because I feel like there's an entertainment value that I gotta reach, but I should stop doing that.
No, it's working for you right now. It's looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one off at 4/4.
Nice job.
Thank you.
What's your target on the downside, John?
3,900.
Okay.
Another 100 points.
Should have sold 2 then. Nice, Darren. It's nice to get your money back sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Puts your mind at ease. Then you can take a deep breath and start over. Like, Buenos dias, Joshua. Joe is putting the case up there for more friendly to the upside. We did move the point of control, the volume point of control up in the daytime frame up. Volume showing higher volume above yesterday's high. The week high showing, a continuation of an upside auction was necessary. We have negative delta, and we're near the highs. I am going to send a Fisher cut bait vote. Hang on. Relaunch. There we go. Let's see what everybody wants to do. Fish or cut bait? Fish, cut bait. Fish, cut bait.
I'm adding one short here. I can get it at 08.
You got it. You entered in a good spot, John. So
all right, more than 50%. We've got 55 cut bait, 45 fish. What I'm going to do is, I don't want to move this.
yeah, I don't know, if you cut bait, you can always reload.
Yeah. I'm just going to trim the risk. How's that? Does that work?
Yeah.
For everybody that wanted to cut bait, we'll just trim the risk. If we put in a new high, we'll get out. That's it. Liquidity 12. Liquidity 13 quarter. Now we're positive delta. You see right here. That negative.
Left screen, John, can we see more? Okay. That kind of helps.
Mm-hmm.
So that horizontal red line, is that a point of control from a couple days ago?
This here?
Yeah.
Value high. Right here. That's volume value high.
Santa's here.
Uh-oh. Amazon?
No, the water man. Hold on.
So we've got a TPO point of control right up here. It's also the half back. Does anybody like the idea of taking a short at the point of control from 2 days ago? Pete, Orion, yes. So we're looking at about 40.17.5 as that point of control. And I'm really going to start to think about this G afternoon pullback high as something above that for the stop. We'll go 22, maybe 23. See if we get a fill here. And then that's it. I kind of want to, kind of like to vote on this trade, even though we're
I hear what Joe's saying.
Kind of already in it.
I'd rather, if you're going to go long, take the trade against that 40. Wait for a dip.
Wait for it to come all the way back down there.
Got up to that. What'd you say? Was that TPO?
Well, this is the volume value high.
Yeah.
From 2 days ago, but it's also the TPO point of control, which is right here.
Yeah.
There's also an afternoon pullback high, which is right here at 20 quarter.
Yeah.
So that's why we've got our stop the other side of that couple of points.
Okay.
So far, with 43% participating, we've got an agreement for this trade. There it is, 73%. Huh. Wolf Girl says, don't sell, you'll suffer.
We like sometimes you got to take a little pain, but
Yeah. Now we've got some really positive delta, 3,000, 3,400. We just accumulated that all the way up here. Short
you
time.
show RSI anywhere.
I don't, but I can put it on here. Uh, there it is.
All right. Getting a little overbought.
Mm-hmm. 5,800 now, delta positive. That is incorrect. It's 2,400 right now. Let me F-bomb this thing. $38. No, this is still incorrect. This RSI screwed it up. 1,800 positive delta now.
RSI is almost at 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or over.
Over.
Yeah.
I can show the value. 83.
Yeah. You can see the other times it peaked. You look above and it sold off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're filled on our short, Brian. We sold it at 17 and a half. The high is 1975, and right now we're looking okay. Yes, Andy, I'm the same way, especially on profits. I always go short of where I think the market's going to go to make sure I get a profit. I also do something I call the 10% rule. If I've got a 40 tick profit target and I'm within 4 ticks of that target, I can take it and call it a full profit.
Yep.
Suffering is life, Wolfie. Snowflake. Wolf Girl.
Life of a trader.
40-20 on the nose. Yeah, right? Zach, in 30 points of profit, when should I sell? It's a good trade. JT is saying, Zach, take the profit.
I'd wait like 40.05, just above VWAP.
Then maybe we can get our chance for that long everybody wants down around 40.
Yeah. Good enough to cover your short. Sometimes it's good enough to take a long.
Yeah. Now watch, Bar, screw everything up for us.
You know, everybody but Powell has been more or less dovish too. So, and then Powell comes out and screws it all up.
Pow! Oh.
Yeah. I watched the thing last night, and these economic gurus are saying the Fed should have nothing to do with this.
Right.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. I was looking at a whole bunch of contrarian information. Some people say he's got to do rates higher, and some people were like, don't do anything to rates, just increase supply.
Yeah. And all the panelists were asking him, even Powell, you know, why increase rates? I mean, you know, because we got, as you saw, the unemployment number was up, and you know, you see companies laying people off left and right and all that stuff. It's yeah, you're right, Vince. But you know, from the other side of the aisle, they're making more sense than Powell is. So in my opinion.
Fisher cut bait.
I'd wait till view up, thereabouts. I'm greedy though. Got that from you, John.
Yeah, I meant it as a compliment.
Yeah. I want that dollar.
All right, no real mandate here. 56 to 44. Cut bait. What's
Cut bait wins.
It does. We'll cut bait. We'll see what happens next. We're out.
Hey, the profit's a profit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and watch, it's going to tank now because we got out.
I said you can always reload.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is we're going to see if we get another opportunity higher in a.
You get a little pop around 40.15, 40.16, put it back out.
And we'll see about anything down lower too.
But throw the line back in, John.
The U.S. Treasury is running out of money.
Yeah.
When I was talking about,
I'm sorry, bar talks when? 9?
yeah. When I was talking about supply, I was talking about supply of goods. You know, a lot of this started when the supply chain was broken down. Doesn't help.
When these guys talk, how come the market goes nuts like right away? But that's the time they're supposed to start talking.
Because if it's a planned speech, they release the speech right at the minute that they start talking, so people get the opportunity to read through it. There's algorithms that read specific words and they respond to it. So if it's a planned release, then the whole speech will go out all at once.
I see.
Wally. I think we're in the Matrix. Barry Brooks is saying in YouTube. It always does that. I think we're in the Matrix.
How did I get here?
Mm.
That's not my wife.
That's not my beautiful home.
All right, here we go. New TPO.
All right, let's see what he has to say here. I'm not seeing anything on the wires here just yet. I'll check Twitter. All right, here we go. Barr, banks expected to notify Fed before engaging with crypto. Fed would view it as unsafe for banks to directly own crypto assets. Creating a team of experts to study crypto innovation. Is that all he's going to talk about is crypto? He's the vice chair. Recent experience shows that crypto could pose risk to banks. That's all he's talking about so far as crypto.
Yeah, they want to corner the crypto market so they can control
Yeah, of course.
what you spend and where you spend it and how much you spend. They want it digital.
Which kind of blows the whole reason for them.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why Russia was using that and gold and silver because to get around the sanctions with it. And China too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're our allies, asked Biden. Never mind. I shouldn't say that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where did you cover that short at?
Right about here. I don't remember exactly where.
Yeah. It's kind of stalling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shaw's absolutely right.
You buy a Mercedes with your phone, huh?
Buy a house.
Jeez.
If your social credit standing's okay.
Yeah, see, that's the scary thing, right?
You didn't say the wrong thing and make HOAG money.
You're cut off.
Yeah. That was my cat crying earlier. She's in heat again,
Oh,
but she's content now. I'm kicked back in the chair. She's on my chest. She likes watching the charts.
mm-hmm.
Just enough movement.
Probably chasing them.
Yeah.
It's like a nothing burger from bar, huh?
Yeah.
You go through this, doesn't it? You can have yourself a little surgery.
Everything you said that I'm seeing on the wires and in Twitter has been about crypto.
RSI is still up there at 84.
Which crypto, speaking of Bitcoin, down 1.5% today.
Yeah.
Positive delta 1300. Delta's
Oh yeah.
1300 right now. This is presenting as wrong. Let me F-bomb this thing again and see if we can get it right. Yep, now it's right. Your RSI keeps going higher.
Yeah, I know. If you go back a little bit, you can see where it peaked, and then that signaled a break. To the right of that.
Yeah, you got a divergence here. You got RSI here,
Yep.
higher pricing with a lower
On the
RSI.
low. Yep.
That's a nice divergence right there.
What's it indicating? I can't see it.
Here.
A short or hang on, I gotta make it bigger.
So RSI put a high in right here at the end of the day here. And then Monday was higher pricing, but the RSI didn't go that high. So you get a divergence. You get higher pricing with RSI putting in a lower high.
Mm-hmm.
That's typically kind of a warning shot if you're looking at like RSI or stochastics. When you see a divergence like that, that's It's a little bit of a warning.
Yeah, that was back a couple of days ago.
Yes, right.
Well, you got the same thing kind of going on now. So
Well, I mean, we've got higher pricing, but we also have higher RSI, so we don't really have a divergence right now. But it is, it is showing that that price may be a little bit overbought up here.
mhm.
So the Nasdaq, huh? Let's see this. Look at that. It's already traded to almost the high of the Tuesday drop we were saying. Nasdaq has been presenting as stronger. I mean, this is last week's high and last week's low. These pink lines, we've barely even gotten to half back in those. I don't think we have. Whereas in the S&Ps,
Yeah, Nasdaq held up a lot better.
uh-huh.
But that's just the makeup of the stocks.
Yep.
Here we go. Getting a break. All right, I can breathe again. I'm sorry because I got in the hole earlier, and
You okay?
yeah, then I got back to even plus some, but then I've been trying to work. I never like to be once I get to a certain place. I don't like to, even if I'm still positive. I hate to be lower than I was once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, now we're getting a nice push.
I'd say if you get a pop, John, let them have one.
What's a pop?
Or a spike in price.
Oh, I know. What is it, though?
Sell it back where you bought it in.
Oh, really? You think that?
If it got up there.
I'm going to sell one right at the BPOC and higher if I get another chance.
All right, so we're looking for another short up above volume point of control, which is right about here at 40.13. Do we like it? We're negative delta now.
Yeah. You got a good spot to limit your risk too.
We like it. Here's the results. 79%. So let's see if we can get a fill here. And I'm putting the stop above the high. That was a pretty confident yes. All right, we're short 13. That's okay, Fred. I mean, that's what we're here for. And Fred is saying, he tends to say yes for make-hogue money trades and then doesn't take them himself. I think you want to see what happens, but I don't want to take the risk personally, and that's okay, Fred.
Why are you dirty rotten?
Oh, that's you know what it is. It's your emotions not involved. That's what it is.
Well, right, and this gives us the opportunity to look at trades, take trades. I'm the only one at risk here, and I'm fine with it. I mean, this is part of trading. I think this is I mean, I know I have a lot of fun with this. I've said this morning on the prep, I can't believe I'm so lucky that
I love spending your money
I'd like to ask Fred a question. Are you trading like the regular ES or the micro live, like in your personal account? That's what I'm trying to ask. And I mean, I just think it's so invaluable to like micro. You don't lose that much, but you can still get the emotional, scar tissue built.
At RSI was a nice signal for a sell up there.
So I was out at 9 on my short from 12.5. You guys trade is better, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to see if we can't get a little bit closer to VWAP, which is currently 40. I know Rick likes to see the market get back to VWAP. That was a nice trade, Ben.
Thanks. Well, you're still short, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, you know me. I'm Mr. Vegas.
Yeah, it's a jackpot. Well, I think there's a good chance we roll back through down in the value of yesterday.
Yeah, we're trying to get 04 closer to VWAP for our exit.
So it would seem to me, although not quite confirmed, that that initial at 7:30 news and everything the market did afterward is now being kind of discounted
and digested, right?
Yeah.
The Dow's sinking.
All right. Well, then I'm going to try to short up here by the overnight high.
Vince, be careful selling the metals on.
Sometimes having loss makes me better. Like if I let it, it's like a smack in the face or splash of water in your face. So earlier, I put a stop on and I had 2 lots on, but I only had a 1 lot stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I checked the news earlier. I don't know why I didn't register what time it was. And I got jacked up on that. And then earlier, I had a really good trade here, and my exit, I thought it was only a 1 lot, and it was 2 lots, and boom, I was out. And so I lost the rest of that trade. So I'm like, man, something's not right with me today.
Well, I just got out of that short, so we're in profit for the day now. I was just looking at this volume shoulder here, just kind of looking a little supportive, so I took it.
Nice trade, Mortimer.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
Pete.
Sold at 7/4, so if it doesn't stay in this overnight range, it's going to send me back.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, Joe. Have a good day.
Exit?
What's that?
Why did you decide to exit that?
Do you see the low volume node here?
Pull it up here. Yeah.
4.
And that's basically yesterday's high, our overnight high is somewhere in that area, right?
Right. Okay.
And he's a chicken hawk.
Pete is asking a question, and Ben, I'd like you to hear your answer on this. How often do you move your stop to break even?
It's so unoften that I couldn't tell you how often. Because like you don't, the same reasons you don't like it. It seems like every time I do it, I've been in a trade a long time. It's gone my way, a good ways. Then it comes back. I get stopped out for a tick or two. And it was a lot of work for not much. And I will do it a lot more if I'm in 2 lots and I take 1 off. And then, I've got I'm in the money, but like, well, at least, I've never quite figured this out, but like, you average in, and then there's first in, first out, or last in, last out, last in, first out. There's all different kinds of ways to structure this. And I don't remember what I have my settings on, but I like it because now when I take my first one off, it defaults back to the one that I averaged in at a better price. Which some people are totally against that, but it just depends. Like if it's a zone and I don't want it to run away from me, but I would rather get filled at a different place, I may put one on at a riskier place, or not as great a location. And then I'll get a chance to put the other one on. I still believe in the trade direction. And then when it goes my way and I take the first one off, okay, hang on, I'm going to flatten here.
There you go, John.
Nice job.
That was a nice trade.
Nice job.
I don't mean that immodestly. I'm like, I was talking. I probably would have been out if I wasn't talking. Talking, it's like, man, it's going to break. It's probably going to take out the low too, like I was saying. But it's like, okay, that was a one lot from the overnight high, $400. I'm not going to let it come back at me.
Nicely done.
So
Nice.
thanks. So at any rate, I kind of have to. It'd probably be easier to show like in a video or something. But like, I take one off, then all of a sudden my entry point is either at some weird average price, it's at a better place, or it's back, it's even higher. And then I'm more comfortable moving that remainder stop to break even because I'm already so far away from it. Something's changed, it's really gone my way. Like if I was in two lots now and I take one off of the prior high day, then I had this on, I'd have moved my stop to break even underneath that overnight high where I got short because I'm not going to let that turn
Go
into
away.
a loser.
Right.
Yeah, that second one is kind of free money in a way.
Right.
And I'm not going to let it take back my first one.
Right.
That's a long-winded answer. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's good.
Well, you can move down to break even and then just let it ride,
Well, yeah, but how many times, and it's one of the most popular things that I hear people say is, as soon as the market goes my way, I take the risk off the trade. I take the stop, I put it at break even +1, and inevitably, more times than not, the market comes, hits the stop, and then I get to watch the trade play without me. Because if you move your stop to break even too soon, you're still in a valid trade. It has not been invalidated by your original stop price. The market can come back and recheck that level where you got in a dozen times and then finally go your ways. But if you're moving your stop always to break even +1, I would have bet that every person here has said, has done that or tried it, and then they end up getting stopped out of a good trade. They get to watch the trade play it without them. It's like getting smacked twice, if you ask me. So, when we were short at the high here, I had my stop $2 above the high of the day, and we thought about moving that stop closer, and I just said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And,
if you got a two lot, John, if you're taking profits, take half the profit and move your stop to
well, see, but then there's
a little bit of room.
Well, there's kind of a slippery slope to that. So let's say I take two contracts and I let's say we sold 16s and our stop is 22. So we're looking at 6 points of risk times 2. That's 12 points of risk. If I take one of the shorts and I cover it at 14, I'm at 1 to 3 reward over risk. Maybe that'll give me some comfort. Maybe I've got a little bit of profit in the trade. I move my stop to break even, and my stop gets taken out at break even, but I'm still risking more on that trade than I'm taking. So when I have traders asking me, what do I do if I'm gonna go all in and scale out? Well, if I'm risking 6 points per contract and I want to, try and maintain at least a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 reward over risk, I've got a lot more of an expectation for the first exit than just a couple of, than 2 points when I'm risking 6 on it.
Yeah, but you're assuming you're just going to take 2 points off the first one.
Well, a lot of it.
Instead of 12.
Well, a lot of it depends on the time frame, what your expectations are for the trade. A lot of that, I get that, but if I'm looking at a trade on my own and I'm thinking, okay, I can risk 4 points on this to a valid invalidation point for the trade. Do I see a potential 8-point profit at least on this? If I can't say technically, hey,
Take the trade.
then I can't take the trade.
Yeah. No, if you figure risk reward's 4-1, you can gauge it on that too.
Well, yeah, but sometimes, to get let's say we're looking to short it right here at 40.09, and our risk is all the way up here. Am I really going to be expecting a 4-1 reward over risk on a day like today for that? Hell no. So I'm not going to take the trade here. If I'm looking for short, I want to take that trade a lot closer to my point of invalidation, which reduces my risk and expands my potential profit target.
Yeah, it's all technical related, though. I mean, you're
It's
going to have to sell a rally.
Right. It's not like a static stop that I'm looking for. I'm looking to take trades close to points of invalidation, technical invalidation. If we put in a new high, my short is wrong. So I'm going to try and get as close to that new high to get into the trade to begin with.
Yeah, but that's going to involve using patience.
I know, it sucks.
It's the worst.
It's like, John, it's like scruples. It's if you have some, you must have stolen from somebody else.
Right. Yeah, no, I borrow scruples all the time.
Can I add about, I don't know what markets the person who asked that is trading, but, and I'll switch around and trade some things differently, but primarily it's been the ES for you. I always come back to it's like, I'm going to master this. It's like, I'm not letting, because this is probably the market that has the most games and the computers and who knows what, jerking people around. And, I want to stick it to the man,
Mm-hmm.
So I think about that a lot. And I remember consciously trying to think, okay, I'm going to try to identify the games they play, and I don't have them all figured out, but a couple of them, and that just knowing one or two of them can save you a ton. But here's the thing. One of the games that may be consciously done when certain players are in control is knowing where most retail traders are going to take a trade, moving that market 6 to 8 ticks and then slamming it back right to your entry point and taking your stops.
Right. Exactly.
So you got to learn to trade what somebody in the chat, called the noise. There's so many players in the market. There's noise, but there's also currents that do things, I think, and I think that when you take a trade, we have to accept the risk. It's the hardest thing to do. I don't like to lose. So I would also encourage people. All right, let me back up. There's people out there who say, well, if you just manage your risk, you can make money with even 50% being right 50% of the time or even less.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but man, I like to be right every time, and I think
amen to that.
I think it's important to get really good at really good entries. And that's what you're talking about in a different way by waiting for those asymmetric trades or waiting where the trade will be invalidated. But to do that takes tremendous amount of patience.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous amount of patience.
And I find that building that patience muscle means you're going to miss some good trades.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I've seen traders, as long as, it could be 60-40, 60 winners and 40 losers and still make a ton of money. As long as you limit your risk, that's the key. And then
absolutely
ride the winners.
It's not the winning trade percentage; it's the risk to reward ratio that's going to carry you through.
Right, and you got 10% in your favor, and if you're trading right, you're raking it in.
Yeah, you can make a shitload of money even if you're only right 4 out of 10 times, with good reward over risk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit, I got to get going. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Everybody have a good one.
Everyone trade well today. Don't forget,
Yes.
watch at 3:00 on our YouTube channel. Michael Batak and Dan Hodgman are answering your questions. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.
That's YouTube.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
See you later.